Here we are, Unit 2 again, perimeter and area. And our learning goal that you're going to write at the top of your fresh new sheet of paper in your math journal is I can find the area of a triangle.
And this is where it starts to get a little tricky.
Yes, pay close attention. So first of all though, our vocabulary, once again, just a little review. You don't have to write this down, but remember a triangle is any three-sided figure. Then area, once again, is the amount of space inside an object, hence our definition inside our triangle. So let's take something that we know about. We have our square here, and we talked about in our last learning goal that an area of a square is length times width. What would my square look if it's cut in half?
So if you think about drawing a line and cutting it diagonally, so I've drawn this line here, it's the same exact square, I've just drawn this line, and if I separate those, what's it become?
Ah!
Do you see?
How cool is that?
Two triangles, right? So how much, a triangle is how much of a square? So we took our square, if I have just one piece of it, how much of that square is it?
Oh, just...
Hopefully you got that. 1/2. It's just a half of a square. That's just all there is to it.
How cool. So, hold on here. You're telling me that an area of a square is length times width.
Yep.
Which we know. Then, the area of a triangle is just the length times the width cut in half.
That's it.
Ah, how cool is that?
All there is to it. You got it.
Woohoo!
So, when we go to
sense.
write our equation for our area of a triangle, in this part you're going to want to write down this equation right here. Notice we had just said length times width cut in half. Well, in a triangle, you don't necessarily call the dimensions length and width. You call them the base and the height. So in this example that we're going to give you, we've got a base, which is just the bottom of the triangle, and the height. Okay, and the base and height are going to look a lot different in different triangles, but I just wanted to make you aware. When you see the area of a triangle, when you write it down, you would write base times height, but it's essentially length times width, just like there was in the square. Okay, so we said our area is base times height divided by 2. So our base is 5, and our height is 8. So 8 times 5 divided by 2. Now if you remember, way back in Unit 1, we talked about different ways to see division, and this fraction bar was just one of those ways. So if I work this equation out, 8 times 5 is 40. Divided by 2 still. That just means 40 divided by 2. That's all that means. And 40 divided by 2 is 20. But
we're not done yet.
No, we're not. Gotta label our answer. So just like we had area of a square and rectangle, it was units squared. Same thing, anytime you find area, no matter what the shape is, you're always going to have square units. So in this case, our area is not 20 centimeters, it's 20 square centimeters.
Good point.
Okay, so try and write this example down. I know we've told you before you don't have to write the shapes down. It'll take you about 2 seconds to draw this triangle out and write the equation. That way, if you need to go back to it, you'll remember what the shape was. So draw in the shape, take a second, and make sure that you have the equation written next to it. And then be ready to move on to the next one.
Yeah. So we want you to try this one. So just take a moment, pause, work this one out, and we'll come back. So here you'll notice we have our formula right here, base times height again. So in this case, you'll notice the base, it's just whatever's on the bottom. So we have 6 inches, and our height this time, because of the shape of the triangle, the height is now in the middle of the triangle here. Same idea though. Here's our height, 4 inches. So we have 6 times 4 divided by 2. And that would equal 24 divided by 2. It could also look like this. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. So we're done. Oh, don't forget label. So once again, 2, it's square inches. So area equals 12 square inches, or inches squared.
Hopefully you guys got that. One of the most common mistakes that I've seen in 5th graders in the past is they forget to divide by 2.
Definitely.
Don't forget when it's a triangle. That's a really important part. So, last one. Try this one on your own. So we've got the shape, our triangle. The base is 8. The height is 10. how would you solve that, and then don't forget to label your answer, and we will work through this when we get into class if you need help.
Good luck.
Good luck.